Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha, the God, Road to 400. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hit that bit with the box, you know what I'm saying? And make sure to leave a like and a comment, you know what I'm saying, if you're about that life. I want to talk about more about Attack on Titan, bro. I've been just praising the shit out of it because it really is just that litty, bro. Like, I'm really just fucking with it more than anything else, bro. It's just all my days. But today I want to talk about relationship, you know what I'm saying? And this relationship is the friendship between Levi and Erwin, and just how fascinating I found a lot of it to be. Now, there's gonna be some spoilers both for the OVA and the anime. So season 1 to season 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't seen season 1 to season 3, spoilers alert. If you haven't watched Attack on Titan at this point, man, you crazy. Go watch that bitch. It's amazing. And if you need this video to really like get you to, okay, I need to check this shit out, then I hope I help with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start with how Irwin and Levi met in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So Irwin was in the underground of the city, you know what I'm saying? And he was, because obviously the scouts don't get a lot of people wanting to join them. As we saw throughout the series, they don't have too many people wanting to join them because it's dead. You chances are you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? 30% of scouts traveling die. It used to be much higher, even especially before Irwin got there. It used to be much higher. So like it was crazy. So you know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those situations where it's like, why would I want to join something that's gonna get me killed? Now, Levi was from the underground, raised by his uncle, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit and just trained to survive. And then his uncle fled and just did his own thing, his own illegal shit. So Levi was essentially alone for most of his life. Then he met two specific people that became his closest friends, Isabel Magnolia and Forlan Church. You know what I'm saying? Those were his two best friends that he took care of and he grew up with, and he was like the leader of the band, you know what I'm saying? And they would do illegal shit just to live, to get by, because they were from the underground slums, and you just gotta do what you can to survive. And it's crazy because right above them, people were living in royalty. People were living like kings and queens, while there was a bunch of people starving right below them. The police didn't even care too much to even go down there because it was so risky. So they didn't even want to be involved with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, team Levi, you know, him and his gang, they had some, you know, the mech suits, the mech suits. The oh, okay. I thought I accidentally canceled the video. That's why I was like, oh shit. So they had maneuver gears, assume presumably stolen or hijacked, but they got their hands on it, and instantly they were very good at it. Now these are street kids that are used to like figuring things out quick, so those street smart. They move a little quicker. They're not like soldiers that need like time and shit. They gotta learn for their survival early. You know what I'm saying? So you know, this is where Irwin came in. He saw them, and he essentially created a trap to get them to join the at the time it was called the a survey corp, but it's the scouts, you know what I'm saying? So, and with the wings of freedom. Now they didn't, now the Levi, team Levi didn't know this. They're used to dealing with the police, right? So the police are like lazy, and if you know Attack on Titan, you know how the police be. They're all like corrupt and all different, all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But the scouts are different, bro. The scouts are in the front line risking their lives every day, so they ain't got time to be corrupt, you know what I'm saying? They out here risking life and limb, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of the interesting thing about it. When they're chasing Team Levi's like, damn, these guys are good with these shits. What the fuck? Since when did the police get this good with this shit? Levi was like, man, let's test him. Tries us some crazy maneuvers, and these guys are still on his ass. It's like, damn. Damn, these guys are good, man. God, it's me. I'm Levi. You know what I'm saying? I'm Levi. Now, it's important for me to kind of mention the backstory and of how they met, to get to how the relationship formulates. Because they didn't get along at the start. You know what I'm saying? In fact, Levi wanted to kill Irwin several times. Throughout the whole OVA, he just wanted to kill him. So anyway, Levi, his team gets caught. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, it's either your team get caught and locked up, or you join the Survey Corp, aka the Scouts. So Levi had to give in because obviously he doesn't want Forlin, or Magnolia, Isabel or Magnolia to get, caught up in this shit. So he was like, all right, cool. Now, funny thing is, it turns out they actually planned planned to join the corps anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I think they planned to get caught anyway, but it was because Irwin had like a let. You know what? This is all irrelevant now. Let me just skip all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me skip all that shit. But basically, they get caught up. They end up joining the corps. Now they have their own mission. The mission is to either kill Irwin or to get this letter, or the proof that Erwin has that the guy that they work for is basically corrupt and is doing crazy shit. And he obviously didn't. Your man didn't want to get caught. Now he's like, he's up above ground, and if he gets caught, it's gonna get too messy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get way too messy, and it could lead to him dying, or it could lead to too much secrets coming out and information being spilled and shit like that. So he hired Levi and them to deal with Irwin, or to get those letters back, and then either kill Irwin or just leave. Um, Now Irwin never had the letters. He lied. You know what I'm saying? Being the acute man he is, he just bamboozled the people trying to bamboozle him. You know what I'm saying? So he did, he did a Uno reverse card on them. You know what I'm saying? So how the relationship formulates is that because Levi feels like Irwin is preventing him and his friends from accomplishing the goals of making it to the outside world. He feels like he gotta stop this man, because this is a man stopping their dreams and forcing them to go to war. Now Magnolia gets enraptured by his speeches, by the grandeur of it all, and the fact that they get to be outside as part of the scouts. They get to be outside and see the sun, and actually breathe fresh air instead of being in the underground slums all the time. Now, it kind of makes sense. This also it showcases also where Levi got his pet peeve of cleaning. Right, he's a germaphobe, and one of the reasons for that is because of where he lived. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming he probably got sick a lot. He probably when we meet him initially in one of the flashbacks, he's like thin as a twig. You know what I'm saying? But so Levi just cares about his friends, his two friends. He literally tells them, like, he's thinking at some stage, he's like the only two people I care about protecting, or I trust myself with, is these two. Nobody else. Anybody else is everybody else's problem. These two are my problem. You know what I'm saying? I'ma deal with them. Now, because of all the grandeur and all these moments and some of the missions that they undertake, Magnolia specifically is completely being bought in. Forlin isn't. But you can kind of tell he is, but he isn't. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of thinking like, oh, like some of his decisions, like, oh, don't kill Irwin, don't kill Irwin, don't kill Irwin. And he keeps saying don't kill Irwin, and you was like, why? You know what I'm saying? But obviously it's because he would cause some problems as well. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Irwin ends up anyway kind of getting true to them a little bit, just by being Irwin. You know what I'm saying? Just by being a great leader, and he flat out tells them at some point, I never had the letters. You know what I'm saying? I never had the letters. But we're gonna get to that point. But basically, during that time period where Levi was training with the Survey Corps and all that shit, and he was just better than everybody already, Irwin risked it all, including his whole life, in order to get Levi into the Survey Corp, right? Because Irwin had seen him make a move early, right? He saw him, like, he was in a mission. He had something to do in the underground, or he was looking for talent in the underground. It's not really specified, but he was in the underground someday, and he saw how Levi moved, and he was like, that's talent right there. That's the revolution I need. Because we know Irwin is all about revolution. He's all about doing shit that's going to get them victory. Doing shit that's going to increase the chances of victory, and nothing else matters to him. You know what I'm saying? So, and Levi at that time was all about, are my friends okay? You know what I'm saying? Me my friends good? Okay then, I'm good. So this goes on for a minute. They end up going on a special mission. and Levi has the choice to either take his teammates and go to check on Irwin because there's a rain and fog, so Irwin's strategy kind of falls apart with the 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 smoke. The strategy that he uses later on, it kind of falls apart in the rain because obviously they probably didn't have the right materials to shoot in the rain, or they probably just changed the plans to only go when it's sunny days. But they got hit with some rain, heavy rain, heavy rain, and it scattered the team. So some people got killed, all that shit. Now Levi had two options, right? Either take him and his team, and go after Irwin. If they do that, the other three people left or two people left have little to no chance of survival. Now he can go solo, then that leaves the four people together, and they have a high chance of survival. You know what I'm saying? Now, you would think he would say, "I'll just take my guys and go," but he does have a conscience. You know what I'm saying? So it almost makes you feel like all those threats against Irwin were like, I don't know, maybe a way for him to get something out of himself, but I don't think he was gonna go through with it. You know what I'm saying? At least it didn't look like he would. Just by his actions at that moment. Now again, he also spent time with these guys, even though he may not really have liked them. But it's still people that you spend time with and you build some kind of connection with, even if it's like a standoff connection, even if it's not like a literal we know each other connection, but you build connections. And sorry for bad lighting, by the way, I recorded a bit too late today, my bad. But that's the thing about it. And Irwin, I know I haven't talked too much about Irwin. Irwin here, when Levi finds Irwin, Levi is like, oh no, before he finds Irwin, sorry, he notices that like he hears screams and shit. He's like, oh shit, they fighting titans in here. So he races backwards. He races back quick, bop bop, running. He, by the time as he's getting there, he's seeing them fight, and he's like shit. And by the time he gets there, they're all dead. Everybody's dead. You know what I'm saying? He has to look. Oh, this makes sense. This is probably why. Remember when one of his teammates, the girl, died. He kept looking at her. It probably reminded him of Magnolia. You know what I'm saying? Magnolia. In New York, I'm Millie. Titans Millie Walk. But he goes in there, bro, and he just decimates every single Titan. Like decimates them. You know the rage we saw when Irwin died? Or when he thought Irwin died and he was just going nuts, so killed like 100 Titans by himself, destroyed the Beast Titans one-on-one solo dolo, like it's like he's fighting a piss ant, bro. He was just, bro, it was like massacre. You know what I'm saying? And Irwin told him, like, when Eren discovered him, and he was like, damn, he soloed all these Titans. He was like, this is the revolution I'm looking for. Irwin only saw the plus side. He knew that niggas died for this, but he saw it as a worthy sacrifice, because if he can get Levi, bro, come on, bro, come on. Now Levi is pissed, man, grabs Irwin, he wants to kill him, bro. And Irwin tells him, I never had those letters, bro. And he was like, so it's your fault that my teammates died, boom, 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 boom. And Irwin was like, no. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not their fault. It's the Titans. And if you want to take revenge, join the corp and give your heart and soul to this cause. Because killing me ain't going to do shit. And that is how Levi joined the corps. And now we see there's one thing that Levi been saying since before. He told when Frolin had a strategy that he should join the corps and not kill Irwin, all that shit, he said, I'll trust you. But he said, I'll kill Irwin anyway, but I'll trust you in the rest of the plan. But with Irwin, I think he saw what he was capable. He saw how much less people died under Irwin than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, Irwin saved the most people in the corps, in the scout, than anybody else. He also killed the most. Don't get me wrong. He made sacrifices, baby. You gotta make these sacrifices. But it was only when it was necessary to make these bold sacrifices that he did it. He created a strategy to increase survival. And before they even went out, Levi was impressed by that strategy. He was impressed by the fact that Erwin came up with that. He was like, that's ingenious. It solves a lot of problems. And I think he noticed that he and Levi, he and Irwin have similar mental states. Levi doesn't like seeing teammates die. But neither does Irwin. But differently. They're different in how they do that. Irwin thinks that sometimes it's necessary for teammates to die. And Levi, seeing what happened, and him having made the same decision, he understood. And I think that's what formulates a bond. They both have an understanding of increasing chances is more important. Levi made a conscious decision of increasing the chances of everybody's survival over doing everything himself. Like, you know what I'm saying? He trusted his teammates. Like Eren does at some point and regrets it. He regretted it. But then he realizes that might not change it either. You know what I'm saying? He can only, at the end of the day, he can only fight one side at a time. Yes, he can go against 100, but he has to kill one, then another, then another, then another. And he got stamina. That runs out. You know what I'm saying? Although sometimes when he mad, bro, that stamina. What is stamina? You know what I'm saying? When he mad, when he big mad, ain't no such thing as stamina, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then throughout the show, we just see how the two of them interact. There's like a mutual high respect. Owen trusts in Levi's skills absolutely. To the nth degree. He trusts in ability more than he trusts in anybody else's ability. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? And this is important, and Levi knows this. Levi knows that Erwin is willing to kill 50 corpsemen for the sake of Levi. The same way he was willing to kill 100, 200 scouts for the sake of Eren. Because Eren's ability is worth that, and Levi's ability is worth that. One Levi would do more damage than half of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas sacrificing themselves is what gives Levi the opportunity to do what Levi do. And that's something that the guy who saved Irwin from the battlefield when you know, in order to try to get him to be revived, noticed before he died. Or before he almost died. He was like, this guy led us to a massacre. He led us to a death. And he grabbed Irwin. He's like, nah, you ain't dying, bro. You gotta see what you did. And then he looked up and saw Titans on the floor. Levi chopping niggas left and right, and he knew. Without them causing that distraction, all those Titans don't die that easy. You know what I'm saying? The Beast Titan was occupied, and he ordered those Titans to chill. So Levi just came through and sauced all of them. Before the next could react, dead. The next, dead. Next, dead. Next. And he was like, okay. This man counted everything on that one person. And that one person is delivering. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And that really, and it comes into climax, the relationship, when, he hesitates to even give Eren the Titan formula. He hesitates. He didn't want to do it because he was hoping some way, somehow, Erwin will be back. And as soon as Erwin was back, he was like, oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. Because you got to understand, this is the last person that he has a strong bond and connection with. He had a strong bond and connection with his teammates. They all died. Now, I know he has a strong connection with Hanj, but, like, they don't get to interact as much. Like, they do, but it's not really shown on screen that much. You know what I'm saying? as it was shown with him and the other guys. You know what I'm saying? And also Hange had her own team, so over those years they probably interact a few times, but not that much. You know what I'm saying? But Erwin, they there was a bond beyond a bond with them. You know what I'm saying? And he really didn't want him to die because not only did he think that this man can save humanity, bro. This man literally can push anybody to do what needs to be done. He has abilities that nobody has. Armin didn't have that ability. But what he saw in Armin and why he made that decision is because he felt like Erwin did so much, including turning himself into the devil for the sake of humanity. He did everything he could for the sake of humanity. Even Pixis is like, I'm not as crazy as this nigga, bro. Pixis even says it like, I'm not joining you. Like, I wouldn't have joined you if they agreed with the right strategy. But it's because they didn't that I'm joining you. It's like the lesser evil. Because Irwin can definitely be seen as evil. He can definitely be seen as a villain. He can definitely be seen as a madman. But to me, he a hero, bro. And to Levi, who's in the front line seeing this, he understands the importance of an Irwin to gain progress, to gain ground, to succeed, to move forward. For mankind, as he says. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of the relationship. Even though I talked about them individually, but I hope you can pull in the lines and really see the connection, the threads that creates a bond like very dissimilar to most bonds I've seen in anime and manga movies. And when Levi decides I'm not going to bring him back, it's because Eren said something about a dream. Right? A dream of seeing the ocean that Armin had. And he also made some good points that Armin is pretty smart. But he said, what would it all be for? You know what I'm saying? If you guys see it, it's the same shit. Because at the end of the day, all these people have sacrificed deserve a high result. They deserve it. I'm so close. But the only way we can do this, and Levi said, why are you doing that? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why are you going with them? You have one arm. You're not in no condition. He was like, these kids won't have the mental fortitude. Half of these niggas are new recruits. They ain't gonna have the mental fortitude to run up all the way to the beast like that. They need leadership. They need somebody, the commander, to lead them there. And we can't have you do it because we need you to chop those niggas. For humanity, even my dream means nothing. And he proved it over and over and over again. And his theories was correct. And I think that was the homage to him as a character. So when Levi decides, nah, I'm not bringing him back, it's because he feels like Irwin finally came to the conclusion of himself that, you know what? I did everything I could for everybody. And I gave my last breath. But he noticed that Armin still had not more to give, but he had a different type of dream. You know what I'm saying? And Erwin was already close to the conclusion of his. Not only has he already given everything to be brought back, to be forced to just continue pushing humanity and continue making sacrifices, it seemed very unfair. So he decided we let the next generation come forward and continue his legacy. And I love the pushback that got, that everybody thought Irwin should have been brought back. What the like, and niggas hated Irwin, but they were like, bro, that man was a genius. That man was a whole ass genius. But Levi understood that Irwin would have decided to save Armin. And I think that's the difference. I think that's the key. That's the number one reason I think he brought him back. He brought Armin back because he knew Irwin would have chose that as the decision. Irwin would have said, nah, that kid, I'm betting on him. The same way he bet on Eren, the same way he bet on Levi. Anyways, been your boy Supremacy to God. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any thoughts on the relationship? I know it was a long ass video and I talked a lot, but these are kind of my free discussions with y'all. You already know how we do out here on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to leave a like and a sub, bro. Road to 400. Love you. And I'm Supremacy to God. I'm out.